Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Bioware released some new information regarding skill, item, and companion progression a couple of days ago, and I want to go ahead and go through it now. Let me say the same thing I told you all before we got into the companion video. I think the recent marketing has been significantly better than the marketing they were doing before. And I love a lot of what we're going to go through in this video. I think they did a great job of making it at least seem like progression is going to be a strong point of the game. The footage is fantastic, showing off multiple classes and different playstyles, and while I won't say it gives me more confidence in the combat, it does reinforce for me that putting together different builds in this game is going to be very, very entertaining. I will say up front though, that I think a lot of the combat footage reinforces the issues I have with companion AI. You'll notice that many of them, the main character is going crazy, doing a whole bunch of different moves and trying to damage enemies, while the party members are standing around, almost seemingly waiting for the main character to tell them what it is that should be done. That's probably going to get irritating after a while, but hopefully all the other great things in this video will help make it more tolerable. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So first up, they talked about skill progression. Now you gain XP by completing missions, picking up codex entries, exploring, and killing enemies. Really happy that picking up codex entries still gives you more XP. I think that's one of the really appealing things about Dragon Age. They reward the player for digging more into the lore and taking the time to pick up all those books and expose yourself to more about what's going on in the game. Great stuff. Really looking forward to being back into a game that works that way. Now, when you level up, you're going to increase your health and it's going to give you skill points. Skill points can, of course, be used to purchase different skills within a class. Each class has core skills, and then you can choose one of 3 specializations to branch out into. All classes also approach combat in a different way, so you'll have multiple unique options for how to use the skills that are available. There are 4 different types of skills. Traits are activated using button combinations. So for example, if you're a warrior and you select the repulse trait, after defending, you can press X and you'll launch a counterattack. All of the classes will have trait options. Traits are brand new to the Dragon Age series. Usually you just had to use basic attacks and then trigger your abilities. So it'll be very interesting to see if this feels natural and like a good addition, or something where you're going to prefer the old way of doing things. The other 3 types of skills are passives, which are of course always active, abilities, which are actions that are manually triggered, and ultimate abilities, which do a ton of damage, but they take a long time to charge up. It's not clear to me whether or not time is how they charge up, or if you have to kill a certain amount of enemies in order to get access to these ultimate abilities again. You can swap out abilities and ultimate abilities anytime you are not in combat for both your main character and your party members. All right, that's all the information they provided regarding skill progression. So now let's get into item progression, where things get really interesting. You can equip up to 9 items. Each class has a main hand and offhand weapon along with an alternative weapon. So for example, if you're a warrior, you can have a sword and a shield, or you could switch over to a 2-handed weapon. Or if you're a rogue, you might have double daggers, or you could switch over to using a bow. You also can equip a helmet and armor, and you can have a belt, necklace, and 2 rings. And of course, all of these different items will have different stats that go along with them. New items can be purchased in faction stores or looted in the environment. Your faction reputation decides what you'll have access to when opening up the different stores. Every item has a specific rarity, stat, and property. Rarities range from uncommon to rare to epic and finally to legendary. Stats will tell you how much damage a weapon deals, what type of damage it deals, and how much it staggers an enemy. properties list additional modifiers that can make your weapon more powerful. Now, you're going to get a character called the Caretaker, and he's going to open up a workshop in your home base that allows you to upgrade item stats and enchant weapons. Now, the Caretaker does look pretty cool, and I'm certainly interested in finding more about him, but where's Sandal? I was so sure Sandal was going to be the person handling your enchantment. I'm going to be honest with you, this is a little disappointing. I would have preferred playing old Sandal, but you know, they're doing something new. We're gonna roll with it, y'all, because there's some interesting things going on here anyway. Now, the Caretaker's workshop that allows you to upgrade items and enchant weapons has a rank from 0 to 10, and you can increase the rank by finding or buying mementos out in the world. Better ranks allow you to unlock more powerful upgrades. When upgrading an item, you increase its stats and its level will increase by 1 until it equals the Caretaker Workshop rank. When finding or buying items out in the world, their level will automatically equal your current workshop rank. If you buy or loot a duplicate of an item you already own, its level will also automatically jump to your current workshop rank. In addition, that item will become empowered, increasing its rarity and unlocking a new property. Whoa, that's fascinating. So as opposed to having multiple items that are of the same type and that being completely useless to you and basically selling 15 versions of the same type of weapon, they've included a system that actually makes it advantageous to find the same version or type of weapon that you have. Really interested to see how that's going to work in the actual game. I can't remember playing a game that had a similar system. Kudos to Bioware for this, for sure. Now, higher workshop ranks will also unlock new enchantments. Enchantments place unique properties onto your weapons. Abilities can have enchantments placed on them as well. Some of the options can be adding 25% stagger onto your weapon or adding a 25% increase to the crit damage your ability is capable of doing. Runes can also be found or bought and placed onto your weapons, up to 3 of them at a time. Runes always provide a passive bonus that is always on and an active bonus you have to manually select. Some of the effects can be very powerful, such as runes that change all types of elemental damage that you deal. That's all the information they provided regarding item progression, so let's switch over to companion progression. Each companion has a unique skill tree and unique items. They have a main hand weapon and an offhand weapon or keepsake. You can also equip an armor or a trinket. I didn't realize this when watching the video, but one of you all commented yesterday that this means you cannot place headgear onto your companions, which I agree kind of sucks, especially since, to be honest with you, I'm still not a fan of the book Nev keeps on her head, so it would have been nice to switch that out, but oh well, is what it is. Companion armors can be upgraded and enchanted. Some companions have primer abilities, which apply statuses such as sundered, overwhelmed, or weakened. Other abilities are detonators, which trigger powerful detonations on targets with specific statuses. Detonations are an extremely effective way to wipe out enemy groups. Similar to your main character, companion abilities can be swapped out anytime you are not in combat. And that is all the information they provided regarding progression. I think it looks great. I think it's going to be a ton of fun putting builds together in this game. I can't wait. I'm kind of going back and forth about what my first couple of playthroughs are going to be like. I'm very impressed, to be honest with you, with what they've done here. There are certainly other areas of the game where I feel things are questionable, and I'm still not sold on combat, as I mentioned in the beginning, but I think actually putting your builds together, figuring out what armor and equipment and rune slots and abilities you want your characters to use, I think it's going to be an absolute blast. Looking forward to getting the full skill trees. You all already know I'll be doing deep dives on them and providing builds for all of my characters. Anyway, That's the video. Let me know down in the comments. What are your thoughts? Are you impressed by this? Are you looking forward to making builds in Veilguard? Do you have an idea of what sort of class or character you're going to do for your first run? Looking forward to hearing your feedback, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Take care.